Hey guys, today is day 25 of our 100-day corrective exercise and scripture reading challenge. So today's move is such a small move that it reminded me of Jesus speaking about the children. So I'm going to read that to you first, and then I'm going to show you our very small move that we're going to do today. So let me get to my Bible for us. And this is from Matthew 18, 1 through 4. It says, "At that time, the disciples came to Jesus and asked, 'Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?' And Jesus called a little child and had him stand among them. And he said, 'I tell you the truth. Unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven.'" Now I'm going to read to you what my Bible notes say about this. And this is my Bible, the Life Application Study Bible, NIV by Zondervan. Okay, so this is what my Bible notes have to say about that. From Mark's Gospel, we learn that Jesus precipitated this conversation by asking the disciples what they had been discussing amongst themselves earlier. Jesus used a child to help his self-centered disciples get the point. We are not to be childish, like the disciples arguing over petty issues, but rather childlike, with humble and sincere hearts. The disciples had become so preoccupied with organization of Jesus' earthly kingdom that they had lost sight of its divine purpose. Instead of seeking a place of service, they sought positions of advantage. It is easy to lose our eternal perspective and compete for promotions or status in the church and everywhere else in life, isn't it? It is difficult to identify with children, weak and dependent people with no status or influence. But again, that's where humility comes in. So we are to humble ourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he will lift us up. So that one comes from James. Now this move is going to use your serratus anterior. So you need to be using your serratus anterior muscles. And I told you this on an earlier video that there aren't many exercises out there that work this muscle. But this is one of them. It doesn't really even have a name. It's just called the serratus anterior exercise. So you want to make sure that you're pushing your weights up by using those muscles. So I'm going to show it to you first with no weights. And so even if you don't have any weights with you, you can do this exercise because I want to make sure that you are engaging your serratus anterior. And this is a shoulder activation exercise as well. So you're going to push up through these muscles here and then lower back down. So push up and lower back down. And I've told you before that if you see somebody with a really nice six-pack, the six-pack starts right at the serratus anterior. So that is what your focus should be. And as you're pushing up, those are the muscles you're going to want to activate. So we're going to, if you have some weights, you're going to use your weights. So your weights will start a little bit apart, and as you press up, you'll see the weights will come somewhat together, and then bring it back down. And you might want to think about getting your spine into the bench, and then contracting the serratus anterior muscles to push those weights up, and then lower down. Contract, and down. So this is a shoulder exercise, but the serratus anterior, when you define that muscle, that's also going to be defining your six-pack abs if you are looking to get yourself some six-pack abs. But unless you want to completely change your diet and have no fun at all in life, and completely focus on your food intake, you won't get a six-pack. All right, so no amount of ab exercise or serratus anterior pushes or anything like this is going to get you the six-pack if you don't take the steps necessary in the kitchen. All those baby steps. So see, this is a very small move, but my shoulders are really starting to feel it. So as with all of these corrective moves, you're looking to do about 15, and they're slow movements. Okay, so I've been talking for a while. I'm just a chattermouth. All right, so I'm going to bring that down. And hopefully, once you do this move, you'll feel that here. You're also going to feel it in your shoulders because it is an isolated, I'm looking at my book, isolated strengthening exercise for your shoulders, okay? So that was fun and different. How many of you out there have done that move before? Because I don't do it very often. So I have one more move to show you for the Serratus Anterior, but with a captain's chair, and I don't have a captain's chair at home, so this is one I'll have to do at the gym. And you will have to do at the gym too, unless you have a captain's chair at home. So that will be another day for another time. And tomorrow on day 26, we'll see what muscle we're gonna activate then. So I will see you soon. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.